Maybe I should have fought the marriage. Maybe that would have made a difference.
A very significant difference. You'd be dead, and this little homecoming or reunion wouldn't have even been possible.
Laura, you had to cooperate, and no one is ever going to find you guilty of that.
You didn't have an alternative.
Well, I know exactly what she was up against. Frankly, I'm surprised you got out of it at all.
I don't understand how it can happen. In the 20th century, how people who pretend to be civilized can just go around kidnapping
Leslie,
people.
this family lives by a completely different set of rules.
The Cassedines are very adept at getting away with murder.
All right, then with her testimony, you should be able to get them behind bars.
No, I don't think so, Rick. I don't think that would be a very good idea. With the marriage, it could look like she cooperated.
The only way to stop Helena Cassedine is to kill her. A deed I'd be very happy to perform if she calls by.
Robert, it's not Helena we're worried about at the moment.
It's Stavros. He'll take his revenge on Helena for freeing me, and then he'll come after me.
As a matter of fact, Laura's already seen one of his boys in town. His name's George.
Oh, my goodness, you're kidding.
All right, prosecution's out. Retaliation is pointless.
Laura and I have thought about it, and we may have a plan with your help. We'd like to tell everyone that she's had amnesia.
Well, that's a good excuse, but what does it accomplish?
Well, hopefully it demonstrates to the Cassedines that we're not going to tell the true story.
You see, it had to be Helena who freed me. Now, if she realizes that we're not going to accuse her, maybe she will leave us alone.
Well, I can see the next problem. Let's say Helena does that. What about Stavros?
No one wrongs Stavros and lives to tell about it.
Obviously a character trait of the family.
Well, Mikos, Tony, Victor, I mean, let's face it, they're all cut from the same cloth.
Oh, yes, Victor, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, it's that sick sense of values they have. It's just, women just like cars, like houses, like islands. They think they own them. I tell you, I lived in constant fear of Victor.
All right, then what's the solution?
It's simple, Rick. We'll go with the amnesia story. It'll be like waving a white flag, hopefully a truce. Everybody just backs off.
Well, there's no guarantee that Stavros is going to back off. Laura married him. Now, in his eyes, she's his forever.
Laura is my wife. First, last, and always. And even some maniac like Stavros ought to know that.
If he does, then there is the chance that he will leave us all alone.
Will it work?
I hope so, Leslie.
That's all we've got here is hope. Hope that Stavros is going to act like a rational person. But he's a Cassedine, so I wouldn't bet on it.
I'll guard it with my life.
I don't care about that. I just want to make sure that you know exactly what you ought to do.
I do, sir. I perform more difficult tasks.
Yes, you have. You've also failed at simpler. Now, are you quite certain that you can get in and out without being seen?
I foresee no problems. I even know the balcony and window.
Look, details are your problem. I just want to be sure you accomplish the mission.
Yes, sir.
And George,
Sir.
if you fail, don't come back. We'll find you.
Scared because there was no one around on the Star, so I wandered around the docks.
Don't forget the fog.
Right, the fog. It was very thick, and I became disoriented. I fell down, and I hit my head, and after that, everything went blank.
That's when you lost your memory.
Right. But I do remember being fished out of a small boat.
Who fished you out?
A man and a woman.
Do you remember anything else about them?
No, I just stayed with them for a few days, and then I moved on, and I kept on moving on after that, trying to find something or someone that I could recognize.
What was the final thing that allowed you to get your memory back?
One day, someone asked me what my name was, and I said Lucy Johnson, and because I had used that name once before, it started to come back to me little by little, piece by piece. Eventually, I put everything together, and now I'm back.
Port Charles was the last link. Once you arrived here and realized that, it all came back to you.
Right.
Well, I'm satisfied. I think we can tell that story to all our friends, at least temporarily. The only people who know the truth are right here in this room.
Rick?
It's very tough to argue with.
Who's going to argue except the Cassedines, and they know that it's all a phony.
I'll set up a press conference for you tomorrow announcing that Laura is alive, hopefully. The Cassedines will back off, knowing that we're not going to implicate them.
Right. That way Laura can stay here in the house.
Yeah.
Safe for a while.
Also, until I'm sure that this Cassedine man and Stavros aren't lurking around anywhere, I'm going to put police on the house, on you two, and Rick and Leslie. We take no chances here.
Whatever you think's necessary.
Who can we tell? If I don't tell Amy, her heart is going to be broken. Tell her. You can tell anyone and everyone. Oh, good. Because telling Amy is telling everyone.
Oh, but not Ruby. I'll have to call Ruby and explain to her myself.
Okay. All right. Well, we better get to the hospital. Boy, are there going to be a lot of questions. Whoa.
I'll be sleeping over here.
Well, guess I'll see you soon. Oh, I will. I will. I'll see you soon. Oh, you can't know. I do know. Oh, I know. Oh. I'm so glad to be back. Listen, can you do me a favor? Sure, whatever. I left a whole bunch of clothes over at the International Hotel. Do you think you could possibly have them sent over? Oh, just demands. I'd love to. I'll do it for you. Okay. Bye, honey. I love you.
Honey, we'll see you very soon.
Okay. Thanks, Dad. Thank you.
Good day, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You take care of yourself, okay?
You look pretty enough.
Care.
Thank you. I'm so good to see you, bud.
Bye, lady. Lady? I told you, lady.
Okay, I want Laura behind these doors till we work out which way the Cassedines are going to jump. We'll say that she plans to stay in seclusion with her husband.
Okay, do you think this is going to work?
50-50. It all hinges on whether we can convince the Cassedines we're not going to declare war or call them to account.
I think they know us well enough to know that if they push, we'll push back.
Well, let's see how it flies. I'll organize the guards in the limo.
All right, thanks, Robert.
Old times, old friends. Almost like the good old days. Good to have you back, love.
Thank you, Robert.
We'll talk soon.
Yes, thank you. I better call Ruby.
Okay.